Hello folks, Jonathan Milam here with a lot of trumpets. I think I've got 9 horns here, 9 trumpets, and I'm going to try and give a quick run through on each of them. I'll try and give you at least 2 octaves of playing range, and I'm going to be using a Patrick. It is a 5ZM, Patrick CR5ZM. I'm really impressed with this piece. It bears a lot of the characteristics of the jet tones. I believe that's what it's patterned after, one of Doc Severance's favored pieces, but quite a bit more depth. And love the rim on this thing, very impressed with it. We'll play down at least to a low G sharp and try and get up around a high C at some point. Going to start off with a Cannonball Lynx. My newest addition to the family, Cannonball Lynx. It's a lead horn from Cannonball in a collaboration with B&S, the large instrument company out of Germany. Excellent horn. Incidentally, unique bracing system. If you can see the braces here, they're actually hollow strips. Just very, very nice. Intended to be a lead horn. We'll give it a shot. Very nice horn from Cannonball. And actually one of the horns that I've had longest of this bunch is a CarolBrass 5000. This is the large bell, like patterned a little bit after a 72 Stradivarius. I've heard 5-inch bell, I believe. Big horn, beautiful sound. Okay, and next we get into some vintage horns. This is a Benge 4. Benge 4, not a medium-large player, just a medium. Excellent horn. Good lead horn. Okay. And here we have got an Olds Mendez. I'll follow after it right away with an Ambassador. Great horn, a little darker tone than I expected. I think significantly darker than the Ambassador. Of course, every horn is different. Valve action on this thing is just absolutely tremendous. Olds Mendez. And sadly, I'm not a collector. I'm having to decide which of these horns to sell. So I'm in the lovely sanctuary of City Church in Charleston. They were kind enough to let me in. Got nice high ceilings, just a very, very large sanctuary. One reason I'm playing Give Me That Old Time Religion. But really trying to get the idea of what do I want to keep. And I'm surprised, but all of these horns seem to have a good tone, some sparkle in it. Of course, we are using more of certainly a commercial mouthpiece, maybe not lead, but certainly commercial. And they all seem to have good carry to them. All right, this is a Olds Ambassador, very similar in make to the Mendez that we played just a moment ago. Little different lead pipe. Again, excellent valve action. Should be the same bell, same size, same weight, all things being equal. Okay. And the last of my olds, this is a great recording with the offset valves, balanced model. Valves are a little further away from you. Never have slammed my lips into it, but I expected that I would. Okay, great olds recording from the Olds factory. Rose brass bell, rose brass lead pipe. See if you can tell the difference there. Don't have any lights on, just natural sunlight. Yellow brass here, and rose gold, or a realoy they might have called it, but a slight bronze piece for the lead pipe as well as the bell. Nice horn, very, very nice horn. And I'm not a power player, but I've had several silver tones, been lucky to have them through the years. This was the first Silversonic trumpet that I had. I've had two Silversonic cornets before I got this. And what I've done with this, of course, most of these vintage horns, the lacquer is no more. And on this one, I've just intentionally aged the brass, and eventually it will be mostly black. And then of course you've got the sterling silver bell, and on this particular one, the lead pipe. So great, this is a King Silversonic, if I remember correctly, from about 51. Of course, the Silversonic that I've got here, they made several different sizes. I think at least 2 different bore sizes. Harry James played a large. I'm very happy with the medium bore on this. And And then the oldest horn that I have here, which is still a great player, it's a Conn 12B. You can see the heavy copper bell that we've got here. Brass body, but lovely, very heavy copper bell. Conn 12B. And again, this Conn was probably what they called a small bore. I think that would be about a 438. Seems to me like the King Silversonic I played a minute ago was maybe a 442 or something in that area. Now the newest trumpet that I've got, and I know it looks like a cornet, but it's not. It is a Puje. Brent Peters made this beautiful, beautiful horn. Of course, the big deal with the Puje is you've got a adjustment here, which is actually part of the bell. You can see how the bell wraps around, takes an extra curve. It's not on the first slide, but it's actually part of the bell whole horn tuning system. And still, they've got your instrument tuning there. But if your A is a little sharp, you know, you can take care of it with the whole tuning. Very nice instrument. And certainly the newest in manufacture, and one of the best, I'd have to say. Now this Puje, with its big bell, is really at home with a very, very large mouthpiece. Trumpet flugel works good, but personally, I just think it's a great all-around horn, so easy to play. I'm not a big guy. It's in close like a cornet. You've got the whole horn tuning system here. Just a joy to play, and I think it does well even with a commercial mouthpiece on it. Hope you've enjoyed it, folks. As always, it's a pleasure to make the YouTube vids. Enjoy the comments, at least the nice ones, which is what most of them are. And the comments, that's how we grow. That's how we learn. We've all got something to contribute. Thanks so much for the time that you've taken to watch this. Appreciate it. If you'd like to subscribe, we put out vids every now and then. And just a pleasure to be here at the City Church. Appreciate the use of their sanctuary. Hope you've enjoyed it. Have a great day.